It's like K.O.B. inside MSG. So like we top seed, old school's top speed. Pimp slap left hand, is that hoe gon' bang? Is your bitch gon' gang? Is your nuts on swing? That's pinning who they attached to. Pistachios and bag moves. Took my head up out my moon to be the sun and hoop in glass shoes. Cash, back up on that ass. Season dose, I'm off that gas too.
Coming no warning, Jack kamikaze. Bloody, battered, and bruised. Adrian life been rocky. Third act of my saga struggle didn't break me or stop me. Dressing like I like my hair real drippy and sloppy. Draped up and dripped out. Put my money where I be talking about to move to H-Town and motherfucking burn it down. Henry tried not by Optimate Prime. I'ma still be in that to the day that I die. Wow.
It's your boy, P. Henry Trotter the Fourth, aka Home Run Trot, aka Casino P, aka Chef Boy RP, aka Fat Hope Fred, aka Mach 2, aka Reci-p, aka Quinn with the pen, Den with the lens, aka the Gap Tooth Bandit, aka your grandma's favorite house guest because that boy got manners. Welcome to a Spike P joint, GSH Season 2, Episode Nintendo64, and we live in this hole. And you know, riding with me in the cockpit of the Mario Kart is my dizzy dog, but I'll let him introduce himself, throwing it right quick.
And this is your boy COD, Decatur Boy Music, aka Big Tabby, aka Tabula Rasa, aka COMD, the doctor is in, and he already on that 2020 twin. Sega. I'm fucking with you. You already know what it is. How you doing, P?
I'm doing good, man. Every time you introduce yourself, I always remember that I always forget one of my names, and that is COD MD Medico, and I am PHD. Cause we both coming with that doctor pedigree on this here TV screen, computer screen that I'm looking at. But you get what I'm saying. It's a TV screen for most people. Most people TV screen is their damn phone, man. And as you can see, I got that it's in an Angel's Envy glass, but the drink of choice is a little bit of tequila. I used to run away from tequila, man. I spent a long time not drinking tequila, like not knowing what good alcohol tastes like. And it's kind of all I drink now. It's my liquor of choice. Like, and
it's your liquor of choice.
Tequila is not my liquor of choice. Mezcal, yeah, mezcal and tequila are my liquors of choice, man. I backed off the bourbon a little bit, man, and I never drank vodka. Was here and there on rum, was here and there on gin, but like bourbons and whiskeys were my drinks of choice.
Yeah.
But I made that switch to tequila. Since my cousin came to visit, man. Shout out to the better P in my family, LP, out there in Seattle, Washington.
That's funny as shit.
But yeah, man, I always forget that PhD because we got doctors on this show, man. We are qualified on here. We got degrees and this shit. But really, we just do a bunch of reading because we read books.
Straight up, anytime that. I feel like my camera angle keep changing and I'm tripping. Is that a good view right there?
That's good. Yeah, that's solid. It look like it's kind of like you look like you in Wisconsin and the like studio with T-Pain on the couch recording at Nappy Boy Studios.
I could put you in a mansion if you can get that ass dancing. Ain't nothing to you, boy. I get up in the roar if you camping. Every of the year. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, man. But halfway, because I got started early, we had some technical difficulties. But man,
damn sure did. They have
Right here, we keep it 100. And we about to kick off this.
Flickety, flickety. Flickety, flickety.
Flickety, 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 flickety. Flight that here you talking about. And this week, man, we talking about that cashish. Cause from the inception of GSH, we've been talking to y'all about that paper, man. And these motherfucking college students. Getting they just doing they foul cut of their whole goddamn paper run. And
Sure, you're right.
when they took their half measure, I knew that there would be problems, but I didn't think the people making the most money would be the people you had to worry about. And I'm going to just share this video talking about one of the first issues to arise as we head into the second, third season of these young men being able to get these endorsement deals.
What are some problems that you're hearing about this new wave in college football?
Guys aren't getting paid. They're not getting the money that they've been promised. And in a lot of cases, they don't have adequate representation, so they're not able to defend themselves. But a lot of these guys are going in the rooms with head coaches and coaching staffs. They're being told by these collectives that they're going to get a certain amount of money, and then that doesn't happen. And then they don't have any recourse. Because the big thing about it is once they transfer, they can't transfer again. So now you're stuck. Me personally, if you promised me $50,000, $100,000, and then you reneged that you didn't pay on it, I wouldn't play until you resolve the issue. I would hold out like they do in the pros.
That's some real shit, though. You can hear that?
Yeah, bro. That's one, it's not shocking. Two, that's asinine, man. Like, that's asinine. Because I feel like somewhere in that NIL, the reason why you sign that kid is not just because you want that kid. Because I knew that was going to be a reason that they signed those NILs was to get them to stay at the schools. So if you're at the University of Texas, which has a big alumni following, which has a big alumni donorship, that would be the case. They would fill these kids' pockets and be like, well, you got to stay here as a condition of you getting this money. But I feel like another reason that those entities that would give those kids that NIL money is so they could write it off somehow. Because the more employees you have, it is obviously more advantageous for you from a refund standpoint when it comes tax time. But for those kids not to get paid, and I have a friend who is a lawyer in Chicago, and she was talking to me about this. Like, she's doing as much research as she can on the NIL because she's getting with players that are at the they are those guys who got to go to camp and like earn a position. They playing in the preseason. They playing the whole game, trying to earn a spot every season. And she wants to represent those guys and those kids who are signing these NILs because she's been taking a look at some of these deals of guys who are now in the NFL who came out, who got that first round. And she's like, this was a terrible deal. And she's like, yeah, you lucky you are like getting all of the money that they promised you. And I can see like there are some loopholes in here to where they don't have to pay you. So and it's not surprising also when you see that the NFL level, these guys getting taken for all their contract money by their teams and their financial support teams and their management and the people that's around them, when their job is to play football and they hire these people and trust them to take care of the money, and they don't. I can definitely see why this is an issue at the what they call amateur level. Yeah, that's bogus, bro. That's bogus. But I agree with bro wholeheartedly. Hold out. Nah.
And the thing that I think would be beautiful about that element of this, if they do begin to hold out, it will immediately shed a light on the programs who are being deceitful.
Absolutely.
You immediately lose any cachet of walking into a kid home and promising him a goddamn thing. He'd be like, oh, no. I read my articles. I did my Googles. I'm going to need that contract guaranteed in simple language a third grader could read. And I'm going to need that. I'm going to need that now.
Yeah, that's
I'm
going to
need
be
it with my commitment level. You feel me?
That's gonna be that's Kirby Smart going, hey, well, I heard Miami wasn't paying you on that NIL deal. He gonna have the fastest kid in Florida leave Miami and come up to UGA. They better quit playing. They better quit playing, man.
I'm telling you.
And that's the thing also, man. Like, don't play by these kids' money, man. Like, these kids to put in so much work, bro. Like, we talked about this on one of the early episodes, I think in season 1, bro, where you mentioned that from the age of 18 to 22, like they classifying you as an amateur, and you spending 4 of the best athletic years. Like, cause a lot of the catches and stuff that you see on the internet and stuff, that stuff be in high school and college. So those formidable years that you have, like, there needs to be in kind of like there's the big 3. And like right now, like they trying to find ways to challenge these institutions, which is extremely hard, bro.
Just simply put, you can't be the most profitable league with the highest number of tier 1 teams, tier 2 teams, tier 3 teams, and not pay the fucking visual part of the profit structure. What you're looking at cannot be the only part of the profit structure that isn't getting paid. The people who cut the grass getting paid, but not the people who play on it. The people who hold the first down marker are getting paid, but not the people who trying to get first downs. The niggas blowing the whistle wearing the zebra outfit is getting paid, but not the niggas making the spectacular catches. You mean to tell me the nigga whose job it is to get there and cut the lights on so it's not dark is getting paid? It's not some student they have go do that. And if it is, it's a work study. He getting paid.
He getting paid. I was about to say, whoever
by the institution,
the videographer at the end zone and in the press box, he getting paid.
And got insurance. Got insurance.
Shawty got a homeboy that worked for the football team directly for 4 years, and he said his pockets was always lined.
Of course it was. It's $1 billion corporation.
Yeah.
But that's the lunacy behind the whole thing to me, is that they ever convinced a civilian that the labor should not be paid because they were getting compensated in education. If y'all don't suck a dick, none of what y'all do directly result in millions of dollars. And y'all wouldn't be willing to be paid in education. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then even still, companies who will give you education grants require you work for the company at least 2 years after you receive your certification. There's no flip side where if you play at least 1 year at one of these $1 billion corporations, you're guaranteed $200,000 tuition. That's all the total of the tuition be. Y'all think these niggas 3 guaranteed years, because going to college, you have to play through your junior year. Y'all think 3 years of football labor is worth $200,000? These niggas have to pay for their own private security. Niggas graduate after having played 3 years at Alabama in debt. And for the niggas who don't go to the NFL, you know how hard it is to pay off that fucking debt? When you done had to pay $800 a game for the private security it take because you at a huge fucking institution. This the stuff that don't get advertised. Nigga, I was a college athlete. I know. You know what I'm saying? I know. You feel me? So all of this not paying these niggas is so valuable that they cost $800 a man to insure and secure for games, but they shouldn't be paid for what they going to do? Fuck you. And fuck anybody who feel like the education that other niggas is their own scholarship for too, that they get for free and don't have to do a goddamn thing for, is worth what they putting on the field. That's just nonsense. Pay them niggas what they worth and let them, and don't give them a scholarship. That's what the fuck I say.
Yeah.
Sign a contract that grant that football team a percentage of profits like you do the NFL teams, and make a salary cap where a percentage of that profit has to be paid out to the players, that 52-man roster and the practice squad. And let's see if they have trouble paying their tuition. Fuck out of here. Take it off the top before you give it to them, for all I care.
Like that's exactly. Give them that pre-tax money then.
Pay them once a month like teachers and take that shit out. You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? Well, we couldn't pay it all out at once. Pay them once a month like you do teachers. You ain't gonna tell me Reggie Bush can sell. Yeah, even in the summer, it's so that they not asked out. Because if you paid the teacher all their salary in them 9 months, they might fuck their checker. You feel me?
Oh, I just figured they got paid twice a month.
Nah,
Yeah.
first of the month. Yeah, I be fucking with teachers, man. Hey, honestly, I was flight deck, man. I was hollering at that teacher when I was in high school, man, because I met her when she was at her summer job. She was she was a waitress or whatever, man. And I ain't even gonna cap. She was stacking bread for a vacation her and her husband wanted to go on. I said, well, shit, you can make money way faster than he come fuck with your boy. She was like, what you talking about? And I was like, they gonna get me kicked out of school? She was like, depending on what you're talking about. And that kind of how it started, you feel me? But you know how I go. You know how I told you my situation coming to college. So I came to college with my, you know what I'm saying, certification intact. So all she did was bop me up on a regular basis, but it was fantastic though. You know what I'm saying? It was just mobbing around the city. I felt very bossish to have just a grown bit at my beck and call, especially pull up, she come out of work, blah, blah, blah. I go about my business. It was just a good time. You feel me? But I ain't gonna say what a summer job was at her business, and I ain't said her name neither, but she taught at Decatur. It was a good time.
Yeah, I never got that blessing, man. I always wanted a teacher.
It's why I'm always quiet whenever niggas start talking about older women dating underage niggas. I just be like, oh, it's so wrong. Yeah. Thank you for mine, though. Fuck what y'all talking about. You feel me? That's y'all business. Be outraged. Be upset. That's why I don't trip when women be talking. Cause every woman dated an old nigga for some reason. And they be quiet about it. But if you hear their podcast and your girl get quiet, be like, straight up, when you was in high school, did you date a grown ass nigga? Just ask her and see what she say. Just ask her. You'd be surprised. You feel me? Depending on the honesty, I know what the answer gonna be.
For some reason, I know a lot of white women who was in college. They was sugar babies in college.
To grown ass niggas?
Mm-hmm.
You lying?
Not even, yeah. White girls that went to like Swanee and shit. I know some that was here in my crew here in Houston. Yeah. That's a thing. But I know
it's a thing. I just didn't think you had a sugar baby circle.
Oh no! Oh, I know them. I didn't have none. No, I didn't. Yeah, I ain't have no money.
Nah, I knew two. They used to take care of me though. They get they stipend and then we go out to eat type shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
He take care of them. They take care of me. That's how it go. Real cyclical. Yeah. It's a beautiful cycle instead of a vicious one. You feel me? I ain't spend no money when I was in Swanee. You know it. You know it. You know what I'm saying?
From the day we arrived on the planet. Greatest song of all time, man.
We be trying to give slick advice, but not give advice. So I'm going to just say this. For any of the women listening, I know I just gave a little tip to the men out there. So for any of the women listening, the further that age gap, the less likely it is you have to fuck. Just FYI. The further that age gap, the less likely it is you have to fuck. You know what I mean? You might have to do stuff. It's none of my business.
Moving on. Welcome to Give Me Some Headlines, Season 2, Episode 64. We just had that Tosh point, bro. My rhyme's been on point. That's like my third one this episode already, cuz. Yeah. Get high off that nose supply. We're going to slide into this. Give me some headlines. Oh, man, I'm tripping hard, bro. I'm going to back up. Can I do something for you?
Could you? This nigga so crazy, y'all. This is a Spike P joint, just for the record. That might be why it ain't surgical like a COD of the offer. I'm talking shit. Could you give me some headline?
Hey, we go slide over here, man, to some things that's going on in the world.
He over there looking like Morris Chestnut and shit. Hey, he talking about, we chocolate and fuck on their podcast. You welcome for all the melanin viewing audience. And for the audio cast, take it on over to YouTube and whatever platform you on. Apple, Spotify, Google Play, Deezer, Pandora. Subscribe, rate, review, share to your friends. Fuck with it. Patreon.com/GIMMESOMEHEADLINES. Give me some headlines. Again, that is patreon.com/give me some headlines for anybody who want to support with a little bit of that cashish and give us any suggestions on stuff to talk about on the show. We're extremely responsive. We're going to grow that community slowly but surely. But back to the topic at hand. Pete, could you give me some headlines and make these folk understand?
Man, I'm going to hit you with a handful of these things, bro. And a few of them is from our favorite people over at NPR. But as a
shouts
few
out to
stories
NPR. Whenever we go to the NPR route, we got to start shouting out the most recent Tiny Desk. Shouts out to Usha Raymond and the most recent NPR Tiny Desk. Those concerts are a joy. And as my dog sip that mezcal tequila, I'm sipping me some pomegranate, blueberry, acai green tea. Shouts out to us.
Okay, then.
Oh, yeah, we fancy. You know what I'm saying? With a little bit of honey, cinnamon, and apple cider vinegar, you know what I'm saying?
Not no pomegranates.
Check the nails. Check the nails. You know we get that vinegar in this guy. Skin popping, melanin, and all that.
Square bitty, man. This headline is from NPR. It is business related. Europe is on sale. Why the dollar-euro exchange rate is a win for Americans. Headline 2 from NPR. Meet the mogul behind the rise of Mariah Carey, Will Smith, and Nas. Headline number 3 from NPR. How to make a good playlist. Tips from a Tiny Desk producer.
I'm going to ask you this. Is the person in door number 2 black?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, I got one more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And this one is from Variety. Desus and Mero split up, ending Showtime series after 4 seasons.
Fuck. Damn, you a slick bitch. We going with we going with option number 4. Damn. This nigga a chump. Damn, Desus and Mero?
Yeah, man.
Success be fucking niggas up.
Man. The late night, I'll read the, so this is from Variety. Desus and Mero split up, ending Showtime series after 4 seasons by Joe Otterson. The late night show Desus and Mero was officially ending after 4 seasons at Showtime. Desus Nice and the Kid Mero will be pursuing separate creative endeavors moving forward. Showtime's late night talk show, Desus and Mero, will not be returning for a 5th season, a Showtime spokesperson said. Desus Nice and the Kid Mero have made a name for themselves in comedy and in the late night space as quick-witted cultural commentators. Throughout its run, the series won a WGA award, receiving Critics' Choice nominations, and scored interviews with President Barack Obama, President Joe Biden, Derek Jeter, Missy Elliott, Denzel Washington, Charlize Theron, David Letterman, Yo-Yo Ma, and many more. They have been brilliant hosts, and we wish them the best along with the team at Jax Media and the incredible crew.
Can I tell you something funny?
Yeah.
I thought they had wrote some racist shit when they said quick-witted. Like, I thought you said quick with it. Like, they're quick with it. They was trying to write some hip-hop lingo. But I had to listen to it in my head a few times. I was like, quick with it. The fuck? These fuck boy, these sucker duck ass, poo boot ass. Quick with it. Okay. Okay. My bad. I just had to interject that because I couldn't even hear for a second. I was mad.
They are quick with it.
Fair enough. You got it.
This is yeah. Joe Odyssey, you did a good job writing this.
You know what I'm saying? I'll allow it.
Yeah, rumors have begun to circulate online Monday that the popular duo, who have been working together on screen for nearly a decade, were splitting up. Nice posted a short statement on Twitter, which reads, "Shouts out to Showtime and shouts out to the Hive. Thanks for being part of the journey. Proud of the show. My staff that made every episode. Big things soon come, man." So yeah, bruh. They started out as the Bodega Boys, and I think Bodega Boys launched in 2015. That's when they launched their podcast.
I'm gonna tell you this, nigga. The community will be intact long after Showtime fall.
Yeah.
Coming to a ranch near you. There will be a community. You understand me? Conversation on Wax Boys ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, conversation on Wax Boys. We out here. If
we fade to the back and let more relevant voices have these conversations and we just facilitate them giving y'all some of the good word, the conversations on Wax Boys ain't going nowhere. So everywhere and anywhere you have the ability to consume us, subscribe, rate, review, and you know what else to do. Distribute that bitty. You hear me?
It's square bitty, man. It's square bitty. Yeah, man. Yeah, this you remember that joint I sent you earlier this week on Twitter? I sent my dog a DM that had a tweet that referenced how like the big media and shit is like, obviously, like we know, like they get paid to tell us what, you know, what's to be told, and it lines a lot of pockets for you to get a certain message, and
yeah,
the only niggas backing us is us and y'all, so we gonna be out here, man.
Straight the fuck up, man. Y'all heard hey, talk for a second while I look at my phone so the camera not on me. Cause we transition. We got a commercial break coming up, so I'm gonna hit y'all with some ditty.
That's a bet, man. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna switch that thing over to speaker view. For me, I never really. I was never not a fan, but I rarely consume because I consume more of Jenkins and Jones, and now Guardabesco, and then Trill Withers, who is now with Most Crucified on Twitter. Scoob, I think is his like show nickname, and then Jam Packard, I think is their producer. So I've followed at Trill Withers, or I'm sorry, at Tyler I Am, who is also Trill Withers on Twitter. And the Trill Withers podcast transformed into him working with the mixtape, which transformed into him working with Barstool, which is now him working with Underdog Fantasy. Yep. That's it. Underdog Fantasy. So
what I'm not here to argue is the current moniker, as well as the Legends podcast where he interviews NBA legends. Search Trill Withers on Twitter, and then you can get to the universe from there. That's a good, and plus the conversations on Twitter is literally what sprouted his universe, and he ain't cheated him for a day of his rise. And
not at all.
The tone and tenor is such a beautiful atmosphere, and I'm gonna just keep it 100. Like my dog left Barstool right before the bag hit. The bag that Wallow and Gilly got would have been his. He was the black voice at Barstool before Wallow and Gilly. And
I didn't know Wallow and Gilly was at Barstool.
Yeah, that's where they at.
Okay.
Yeah, so $1 million worth of game. The bag that hit them would have hit him even harder because he'd have got a loyalty bag because he helped them build their black audience. You know what I'm saying? And the jokes still ain't stopped. The community be flaming that nigga. Like, he'll criticize an NBA player about his decision making, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, you sure about that?" And it'll be a screenshot of the white dude from Barstool making a tight face, like, "You sure about that? You sure you want to question Draymond's decision making?" Some shit like just petty shit. So nobody's above the shit talking. He's extremely self-deprecating. The nigga has linear morality even when there's no morality. So he's truly a joy, man. That motherfucker a lunatic, man. And we met this nigga in real life and took it to the internet. And both entities are more than worth your time. You feel me?
Yeah, square business, man. It's a square fucking business.
But I couldn't find them lyrics. They evaded you, dog. So what we gonna do is we just gonna watch the intro from season 1, goddamn. You feel me, P?
Yeah.
Cause them the bars I was looking for. You with it?
Yeah.
What the hell screen I need to see? This one right here?
Tell me something good.
They some haters, dog. We got technical difficulty P's all through this bit. I can't even talk technical difficult P's. Anyway, here it go before the commercial break. Season 1 intro and how we feel about other news networks. Y'all are our community. Support your boys.
Slipping through the dial, had watched the news in a while. Turn on CNN, ain't see none of my friends. Swag gave me the blues, they never walked in my shoes. They want us living in fear, it ain't what I'm trying to hear. Switched it over to Fox, kept clicking, I barely stopped. New guests on NBC, no one that represent me. So I got tired of waiting, sit master debate. Give me some headlines, it must be past bedtime. Sleeping on me still like I ain't vitamin D for real. Rep your city, play devil's advocate. Wayne Brady gon' have to smack a bit. Tell me something good, a recipe for success. Give me some timeline, chop session and flight deck. Hey, P, what's next?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm cute. I be trying to act like I don't know, but I know, cuz.
What you said?
I'm cute as a motherfucker, G, as a button.
You was rocking back and forth. You said some shit. It looked like you was happy with yourself, but it got cut off on my end.
You heard what I said the second time?
Yeah, I heard what you said the second time.
Yeah, I meant it both times for the audience.
Yeah, square business, man. But you
sometimes you just gotta let the world know, man. You gotta wait for nobody else to tell you.
That's a fact. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all, man. If you don't toot your own horn, who gonna toot it for you?
Them haters will try to tell you different all the time, and I'm just letting the haters know the self-esteem couldn't be stronger. And I don't get my shit from the outside. You feel me? No veneers. Let go.
But man, your boy was at HEB, which is the equivalent of, for Atlanta people, what would be Publix. And I went to one of my favorite sections, which is the seafood section. And your boy was like, man, I'm in the mood for a little something I ain't had in a minute, I ain't made in a minute. But my dog, man, I'm gonna need you to do me a favor, go ahead and fire that thing up one time.
With this sweater on, this nigga look like HEB Du Bois head ass nigga. Fuck you talking about that? I got you ready though.
Your man's asked the young man behind the counter for a steak of that salmon, and they're doing loud as hell, so I might have to cut it down, but yeah, man. So I got some.
I want a little bit of that background footage for the talking. That'd be good for the episode. Yeah, I added it in artificially last time, but I'd rather have it au natural. You feel me? I'm trying to figure out where to hide our little clip people. But yeah,
bro. Your boy ain't got a salmon steak, man.
Did I make the HEB Du Bois joke about your sweater and your tie combo? Because you look very outright bookish. You feel me? Yeah, show the people that all that beautiful bean footage.
Yeah, it's cold today, man.
Shouts out to my co-host, you understand? Looking like a whole, what they call it? looking like a whole what the women be calling it? I don't know. Black King. Let's move on.
Yeah, I don't even know.
You know that nigga be cooking. Ain't no seasoning in that bitch. What is that? Black pepper. He done grinding. He be using that shit. What you making though? I done buried the lead.
Man, we doing a little pan seared garlic butter Atlantic salmon, bro. So I got me a 1.5 pound steak of Atlantic salmon. Fresh caught Atlantic salmon from HEB, and you know you see that plastic bag is Texas tough. Through the seasonings up there, but I see
salmon my shit, cuz that is what was the defining factor in where my favorite restaurant is. The only place I've ever had salmon. Well, now the second place I've had salmon and enjoyed it. I had a young woman who I took through my favorite restaurant who saw how much I enjoyed it, prepare salmon for me the other night, and yeah, man. Back to you.
Nah, man. What place is it? Can you not say the name of the restaurant?
Oh no! Shouts out to the restaurant. The restaurant is Agave over on Boulevard in Atlanta. It's right there by the intersection of Boulevard and Memorial.
Okay.
Right where that little curve is, it sit right in the curve. That's that property. Okay. Beautiful location, you know what I'm saying? For all you cheap niggas, free valet parking, but you should tip that nigga well. Dope ass atmosphere, man. You know what I'm saying? Food be dumb. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what's up, man. Shout out to Agave.
It's not a bad thing on the menu. If you like Mexican food, the name is Agave. So take your ass through there. If you like steak, whatever though, go through that bitch because they fucking it up. But don't go through there on Thursday or Sunday.
Look at it up. Somebody making an appearance. You see her?
Oh, I caught a little glimpse.
Yeah.
But yeah, though. I will not say the second location, but yeah.
Is that a sacred place? Second location?
It's a young woman's kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I said I had took her through my favorite restaurant, and she prepared my favorite shit that I order from there for me type shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what's up.
Ain't nothing like a woman who listen, bro. I said some shit early on when we started talking where I was like, she asked me like, do I got an issue spoiling chicks? And I was like, nah, but you got to plant seeds to you being spoiled. She like, the fuck that mean? I was like, I don't mind taking somebody to fast food restaurants if they could cook. You feel what I'm saying? If the only time we eating good ass food is when I go spend $300, fuck that shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, no bueno. No bueno.
I pay for you to get your nails done if you do my shit. You feel you? I pay $110. I don't care what that stupid ass price be. But like, it's like little shit like that. Like you spoil me, I spoil you. Goddamn, you feel me?
Yeah.
That shit ain't complicated. That's what I mean by planting seeds. You feel me?
So you the type of person that would rather have a home cooked meal than go out. What's your preference? Do you have a preference?
Home cooked meal 10 times out of 10.
Okay, that's a bet.
And if I could get that through you, then I'll make sure I do what I know y'all like to do too. Cause I know women like to go out and blah, blah, blah. But I don't be giving a fuck about going out at all.
Yeah.
Half of the reason I date is so I leave the house. I be chilling.
I got to hit you one time with that prep. Y'all see I've changed outfits. So you got a season beforehand. You let that thing sit. You let that thing sit for 6 hours. You know what I'm saying? Let it marinate for a little while. Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
You come back. Yeah. Come on with it.
Why you be wearing the chef coat, G?
Man, bro, I didn't think
this shirt clean and fuck, by the way, though.
Shout out to the Knights. Yeah. Shout out to the Knights.
It look like it preserved well. That's a good quality shirt.
Man, I'd have had it since 2013. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Cause I got I got a nice polo. I got the blue coaching polo.
Okay. Yeah.
I got that up off you. I had to take that.
Shout out to it says Nike, man. Nike did their thing.
That shit and it's clean, crisp. Yeah, P got smaller when I got smaller, so he let me have some of his big clothes, which is 32 waist shit, 34 waist, size XL polos. I said, this nigga silly, dog. We don't throw away good clothes. If it's fresh, we gonna rock that timeless shit. You feel me?
Dead ass. Hell
I got some sex ass polo pants. They like burgundy. I still rock them with a nice little V-neck. I got some nice little gold Cubans coming. 16 millimeter. Them whole fat. I'm talking about, but I can't rate to rock them whole.
Oh, that was up.
I got off topic. Oh, back to coat though. Yeah, man. I got to cook it for that young lady on a regular basis. She went and bought me a chef coat. I always cooking that little white one. I got that fresh ass black chef.
I want to make some, bro. I want to make some. That's my goal, bro. Is to make us some, as to design some and
make that a part of the merch.
Yeah, to make it a part. Yeah.
We need to have a version for you, a version for me. Mine gonna be kind of like hibachi inspired, I think.
Okay.
If we design two different ones, it's gonna be like a hibachi type base. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which ain't fair because you the flat top nigga. What we doing right here with the butter? Is that garlic you
Yeah, so it's
infusing in it?
Salt, pepper, minced garlic, and Kerrygold butter. Shout out to Maeve in Ireland. Shout out to the people we met at the ranch that was international. But yeah, bro.
Maeve, I just realized what you said. At first I ain't hear the name. I was like, what that is? But then you said Ireland. I was like, we talking about Maeve.
Yeah. Shout out to Shawty, man. Good people, real good hearted people.
What you got plans for with that butter? What you doing? You said butter, minced garlic, salt, and that cracked pepper you was plotting on.
Yeah. So what I got in this I'm gonna let that, like I take it out of the fridge and like kind of let it get room temp, and so I put my olive oil in the skillet, turn the fire down low. You see how it's showing you how I'm coating that thing. You just want a nice little layer, and it's gonna be on low heat, so it you wanted to cook slowly. Obviously, it's fish. And I wanted to sear it, but I don't want to, I guess sear it maybe it's like a higher temperature. So I guess I don't know. It was a low temp sear, if that's what motherfuckers want to call it. But so what I'm looking for is to get like a nice crust, because I put it in skin side first. So I give me a nice crust on one side and start to cook through that skin and get into the actual fatty meat. You see me making shit at the golden now, opening up the blinds so I get that nice lighting. Yeah, this shit all about it's about the visual as well. But I'm pouring off the Worcestershire sauce here.
Yeah, there's definitely some 4K shit going on. You filmed this well.
Yeah. Got the
that nigga started rubbing their hand together like Birdman for the audio cast. This nigga tripping. That nigga either hungry or feeling himself on the shot, but this nigga wilding on the video, y'all. Let me screenshot.
Look at that steak, shit. Bro. Look at that steak, bro. Look at that thing looking good, looking red.
Yeah, nah.
That shit looking fine, bro.
He flexing it for the camera, y'all. He bit the back of that thing too, so you can see the warbling in the salmon. That's a good cut of fish. Do you call fish meat? Can you say a good cut of meat talking about a piece of fish?
It's so salmon is a steak. It's called a salmon steak.
Yeah, I don't like saying good cut of steak unless I'm talking about beef. But yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, but so. Me and the lady, man, we trying to cook more at the house, man, and eat a little bit healthier, bro. So yeah, we
ooh, hold on. I gotta run that back. Y'all can't hear that nasty sound, y'all. It sound like bruh making the sticky. Hold on, don't even say shit. Just let them hear that shit real quick when you pick up that steak. Maestro, back to you.
Yeah, man. So y'all see what done happened here, man.
You can't miss that ASMRP. Come back with that NPRP off of that, dog.
Y'all see what's going on right here. We done slapped that Atlantic salmon, Atlantic fresh caught salmon down in that La Crusade. And you're hearing that sizzle right now of imported Italian virgin, extra virgin olive oil. Or if you've ever worked in the kitchen, it's simmering in that Evo. So what we're doing right now is we don't want it to stick to our pan. So I take me a couple of, what them shit's called?
Tongs.
I'm about to call them flippers. Take them tongy.
Speaking of sizzle,
flippers.
that steak thick like old SZA. It's speculation about her going to the doctors. I think she just been eating good.
I think she been eating good too, man. She been eating them tacos out there in LA. Them yams, them plantains, a lot of rice, coconut rice and shit. So yeah, I took it back over here to
That
my
nigga talking like he her personal show. He said, no, nigga, I know how she got them hips, how she got them thicks. Go ahead, though.
But yeah, so my dog said he wanted these R4Ss to be a little bit longer, man. So I had to show the whole process, you know. I went back over there to my my garlic butter, and I'm going to put it in the wooden spoon, and I'm going to take a regular spoon, and I'm going to sit it on top, and I'm going to mash it in there, man, because I want that good fusion. I want these things to feel like they came in something together, you know what I mean? I don't want them to get together in the skillet. I want them to get their ass together in my little glass bowl and on my wooden spoon, and I'm going to mash their ass in together and I'm going to stir the absolute dog shit out that shit, boy. Because I be like, one thing my dog COD used to get mad about, and he had to learn who his dog was when we was out in Wyoming cooking, is that my food tastes incredible because I take my time and I put love in it. It may not make a damn difference, but I'm sure in my mind that it do, so it do. So you taste the spirit that your boy put into that motherfucker, man. So I really want my butter, my salt and pepper, and my garlic mixed to blend well together, man. So you're gonna see me mashing it up against this wooden spoon, man, to try to fuse those flavors together. And I'm gonna let it sit a little bit more while I still got that thing. You hear it in the background over there sizzling away.
And shouts out to your dog P, because he giving us a better view of this fresh ass shirt he got on. But my dog do be shooting his R4Ss like they pornos, and he don't want you to know it's him. That nigga face be cut out like a motherfucker. That nigga shooting the West Side Production R4Ss and shit. Yeah, nah. I'm just talking shit. I had to get that off, though. I was like, they got the towel on the shoulder and everything just in case shit gets sticky. You know what I mean?
That's square business, man. If you've never been to somebody's black house, and it's usually when a man cooking, like I don't know where the ladies keep their towels, but a nigga just throw it over his shoulder. Just, you know, I just reach up there, rub it real quick. That's from barbecuing all them damn years, man.
Yeah, you sprinkling seasonings. You got to clean your fingers before you touch the next seasoning too.
Exactly, man. You don't want to cross contaminate. But yeah, we gonna slide back into this thing, man. And the reason why, you'll understand why there's a R4S this week. Well, one, because it ain't been one by your boy in a minute that was worth a damn. So I'm long overdue, and my dog been requesting them, so I had to fulfill that request. But we gonna
I already shot my next one. I just ain't did it because it was his turn.
Yeah. And yeah, here come the mixing part. Yeah, another little ASMR. I'm a huge fan of ASMR. Listen to it all day. Brown noise. If you have ADHD out there, scientific research has confirmed that brown noise helps people with attention deficit hyper disorder or ADD to kind of to focus in, and it's a more natural, non-invasive, non-medicinal way of you don't have to ingest anything to help yourself with your ADHD. So I listen to brown noise ASMR. I'm gonna say brown nose, and then I come back here with the red pepper flakes. But the reason we're doing this R4S is because I want to slide into the next segment, which is GSTV, man. So my G, tell me a little bit about the programming that you've been listening to, man, or you've been watching, or what's got your attention.
Man, I've been peeping out a lot of different little shit, but it's one show that I've been trying to get into. And I'm season 1, episode 2. But I've seen about 30 episodes trying to know what the fuck going on and actually watch the whole episode between 1 and 2. And that show is Stranger Things. And I'm still not quite sure what the fuck happened. So I think I'm gonna go back and watch episode 2 again at some point and just don't do nothing else but be watching Stranger Things. But the shit interesting and it's shot really well. And I love me some Winona, you feel me?
Yeah.
Ever since Mr. D's with Adam Sandler. So I'm trying to get that bitch a chance, man. But have you watched it at all?
I saw one clip on Twitter one day and I was like, this is very strange. I don't know if this is gonna be my cup of tea. So I have never watched a full episode, but apparently it's a big deal. Like the merch game for Stranger Things is going nuts out here in the street. Like it's going nuts out here. But yeah, I have no clue, bro. I literally have no clue.
But yeah, it seemed like it got legs, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I said, it's shot extremely well. The score is dope. Shit that be in the episode be hitting the hot 100 because of how good it sets the scene. You feel me?
Yeah.
Stuff that came out 30 years ago and shit into the hot 100 because of how well it scores a moment, whether it be creepy, suspenseful, or whatever it may be. So they doing good things, and I'm gonna take the journey. It's just gonna be a slow one, it seems. But shit, bro, what the hell you been watching, bro?
Man. So the reason we got this R4S is your boy was inspired. Hulu got a show, bro, and it's a banger, and it's called The Bear, and I didn't know what I was getting into when I cut it on. But it's the brother from Shameless. So that was a show on Showtime. And he is playing a chef, bro. And he returns home. He's like a Michelin level star chef, and he leaves the restaurant he was working at in either Copenhagen or New York. I forget which city he was in, but he moves back home to Chicago to take over like his family restaurant that his brother started. And they just like, they sell sandwiches, and like it's kind of a fucked up kitchen when he get there, but he is a high level chef. So he trying to transform it into like a really like a lucrative, nice spot, man. And it's fire, bro. And it reminded me so much of being back in the kitchen, man, with the chef, like the term of respect, hey chef, corner, sharp behind, like so being in the walk-in and having to load up the walk-in and shit, man. And all of I don't know what it is about people who cook for a living, bro, but like when they like they're creatives, so they're very, very combative people, and we fit right in that shit when we got to Wyoming, even though that was our first job at that level of cooking. And you just realize how like we all had cases in some form of fashion, man. So it's a dope show, bro. And I don't want to give too much away, but The Bear on Hulu, check that hoe out. FX on cable also is the actual cable channel that it comes on, but it's on Hulu.
Can I put you up on something that I seen that I got that I like a lot?
What's that?
It's these little metal things that look almost like teacups with a handle on them, and they for melting a little bit of butter in. You can sit them on the eye, whether it be fire or electric, like this.
Okay.
And then you melt your butter, and you can pour. It's good for pouring on top of shit. You know what I'm saying? On steaks.
Oh yeah.
And
Okay.
Shit like
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you'll sear your butter, and it don't be easy to scoop it and splash type shit. You feel me?
Right.
And I see you got some extra in the bowl, so you can have some in your pan that's co-mingling with your oil and going on the skin and crisping that up. And then you could drop that other shit in the little teacup. And they make them in like 1 ounce, 2 ounce joints. And if you look at your butter, if it's a stick, usually it'll show you like how many tablespoons is an ounce type shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to pass that to you.
Oh hell yeah, that was up. I appreciate that, man.
It makes shit so easy. Like especially for steaks, like you flip the steak and then immediately hit it with a little bath.
Yeah.
And you keep it at a low temperature. It's just like sitting it on the flat top.
You know who got
Seeing
one?
you do that is what made me want to do that. Who?
Miss Barbara.
That don't surprise me at all.
When you mentioned it, I was like, man, I hadn't seen something like this, but she used it for a lot of shit. It's multifunctional in her crib.
He done started blessing it with that butter. That's why we talking about that butter audio cast. And now he getting ready to flip that salmon. Look like he ripping that bitch smack apart though.
Yeah, you see, it got tender, bro. And so I got that, that I got exactly what I wanted out of that piece of skin that you see right there, like this, like golden brown flakiness. But then it got super tender, and then it just fell away from the joint. And so I knew going into this, I was like, man, you know what?
That's the risk you take going with a low sear instead of a high, because the high sear cook it all the way through a little bit quicker,
and it congeals it,
solidify. Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I mentioned that warbling when I talked to y'all about him flexing that meat for y'all, so y'all see how tender it was.
Yeah, so we throwing a little bit more of that guy.
They're trying to support you after clowning you.
Oh, I appreciate that shit, man. Yeah, but nah, you deserve it, man. Like it was high pressure in that damn kitchen. You get clowned.
Yeah, that's how we started to do it though. Like I like how we flipped it, because we used to just do an R4S and then watch it. But I like this way better. Peanut Gallery, almost Mystery Science Theater. Hey, there you go with that bird, man. That nigga keeping on hands dry. It looked like when you dropped it, you didn't flip this side, this right here. Am I wrong? It looked like it's cooking the same side.
On the one that on the piece that dropped, it's still down in that guy. Well, it's face down. So the side that's sticking up is the skin side. It just fell away from the skin. So
okay.
Yeah, you can see that pink salmon. Yeah, you see a little bit of headshot in there. Got the do-rag on. You know what I'm saying? Got to keep the waves right.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't know about that.
You see me showing it to you.
Natural.
You see me showing it to the people. Let y'all get that bean footage.
That shit is stupid tender. You can't even move it with the spoon.
Bro, it's mad tender. I had shot it, tasted. I should have did it on camera. I got mad at myself, but she was like,
Turn into Cooking Monster.
Is more of it done? Like, yeah, man, come get you some more. Go get you some more. But yeah, I had a real good ass time making this whole, man. And y'all, this is how I treat everything I cook, man. Like, this ain't just for the camera, bro. Like, I really just be in there rubbing the back of it with the spoon and shit. You know what I'm saying? A little dribble here.
Real sexual. You should see how he spank pancakes with the spatula.
It's mad nice. That shit mad nice. Tap that ass. But yeah, bro, check out that bear.
The nigga slowly pour the butter into the shit and then put the pancake mix slowly from the center in the middle of the butter, so I got a perfect crusty ring. You feel me?
Bro, that shit magicianry, bro. Don't get me on no pan. Yeah, fuck.
You should see the look in his eyes.
Pancakes, man.
You should see the look in his eyes when it start to breathe, and you can see them air bubbles. When he know it's time to flip it, it's like an epiphany hit him. He get the lifting up them edges. This nigga be in the kitchen making love to the food.
Man, real shit, man. You got to love on your own body, man. This is going to my body. I gotta care about it.
You be standing outside the kitchen, you feel like a peeping Tom. You be like, should I be watching this?
Well, business, man.
But yeah, man, I be forgetting how much I enjoy cooking when I don't. Man, I barbecued yesterday with one of the
saw that on your store. Yeah, I saw that on your store.
It was a good ass day. I drank too much and I ain't get to digest none of that barbecue. That bill fucked me up.
Oh, you was drinking beers?
That's that way it got me, bro. And it was Dutch beers too. You know, I love the way they taste.
And it's
but
heavy on that.
yeasty.
Yeah, all that yeast. Heavy on the yeast.
And if you don't pour it into a can or into a glass, it don't get the head and expand. So it expand in your stomach. And then when I tell you I ate, nigga, I had like 2 burgers, 2 pieces of chicken, 3 sausage, some ribs, three ears of corn, nigga, zucchini squash. I was eating, dog.
And your body got rid of all of it.
All of it. That shit got rid of cereal like the day before. It was like, nah, nigga, you drunk beer, you ate milk, and you lactose intolerant. You a goddamn fool. You think I'm gonna try to? It was like I gave it a final exam when I've been giving it nothing but quizzes and easy starter kit tests and shit. It was like, you stupid as fuck if you think I'm prepared for this shit. You just nope. I know what to do with it. My body said nope. I know exactly what to do with all this bullshit.
Yeah.
The food was great though, and I do got some leftovers, so I'm heating that shit up.
Oh, hold on, a little taste test. Hold on. Here we go.
People love the sound of niggas eating, so I got to get an ASMR community. This shit horrid. Let me clip this for the meeting.
Square business.
That's a good ending to the noise. I know where to clip it. Clip boom, ba-doom. You feel me?
Yeah,
that's
man.
funny as shit.
Just for update purposes, man, we threw this thing over. The salmon is going over some jasmine rice and some flash fried green beans. But yeah, I took a long time to do this.
My dog P said I wake up in the morning, eat the freshest a catch and a snatch. Fuck. What else you say after that? It's something, and then how niggerish is that? What you say?
I wake up the freshest of catch.
Pray you stay in the black. Now how niggerish is that?
Yeah, pray you stay in the black. I pray you stay in the black. And I played poker last night. That which is funny. You bring that up. And I played poker.
That nigga sneaking another bite, y'all. I'm gonna tell Shawty on this nigga. This nigga, hold up, y'all. It's sneaky and he sat it in some garlic butter. He plotting on that bite. He ain't shit. He using it. If y'all hear the scraping, that's him making sure he don't cheat himself for the skin. This nigga ain't shit, y'all. He's stealing the bite on shorty. He got a thick ass piece of skin too. Is that the bite you give him?
Uh-huh. That's one of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I thought you was doing that for you.
Nah, I laid it over there.
People know you was on your bandito swag.
Yeah, I laid it over there. And it was some garlic butter that was laying on that backside. So I took that skin, cut it off, and laid. Yeah, I show it to you. I show it to the people. I show it to you with the glisten over there. You see it. You see the overhead. That crust.
He don't even know what to say. Man. Talk to the audio can. He don't even know what to say when he looking at it. He reminiscing right now. Jaws watering, no innuendo.
Man, I got that joint so tender, man. And the thing that really made it pop, bro, it was like a really good contrast between like the savory of the butter, but the spice of the red chili flakes. Like that shit made it jump though. That shit really, it might be the end. Yes,
sir. Can I tell you something stupid?
What was that?
I can't say the word Jaws without thinking about Sweet James. When the chick told him he was fat, he was like, and so in my pockets, bitch. And I tell him I got something else fat for your jaws, bitch. You know what I'm talking about?
Can I do you a favor?
Could you give me some headlines?
That's I sure damn can. In kind. So, man, I'm gonna give you some headlines here, and they all gonna be sports related, bro. So,
Okay.
let me know what you let me know what you think. So, this one is from Bleacher Report. Cameron Smith reportedly nearing contract to join Live Golf after British Open win. Now, they played the British Open this past weekend. This kid, I think he Australian kid won. It's at the oldest golf course in the world, which is St. Andrews, which is in Scotland, which is, you see the Highland Cow. If you visit the Patreon, that is why the Highland Cow. It is the pinnacle of the cow community because it is from Scotland, and this show is a show that loves it some damn golf. And so Cameron Smith reportedly nearing contract to join Live Golf after British Open win. And if you don't know, Live Golf is it is now the antithesis of the PGA. So if the PGA is the institution, Live Golf is now like the Ally Bank, or it's like it's Bitcoin to like Barclays or like Wells Fargo and all them shits. It's the other side. So Live Golf is paying cats more, like they
Jake Paul stealing these high name reputable people from the institution that's been these fighters is and paying them big bags
and
for the spectacle.
And they structured more, and they bringing golf into the 21st century. So they like I'll get into the next headline and I'll tell you about that a little bit. Yeah, Live Golf is like they structure themselves like the NBA, which is they got teams that compete in like different regions and shit, and so they it's golf, but it's cool as fuck.
Guaranteed contracts.
They not playing no games.
They understand that they stars make them money whether they play well or not.
Exactly,
and they fixing some of the imbalance in how the purses are set up.
Exactly. The next story comes from Yahoo Sports. Charles Barkley says 100% he'll meet with Live Golf about media role.
That boy getting that bad.
And then the third headline is 2020. Oh, this is from PF football, player focused football, I think is what that stands for. Or pro focus, some shit like that. But 2002 fantasy football team previews analysis for all 32 NFL teams. If you choose that, we're not doing all 32 of them hoes. We just getting ready for the ramp up well in advance because we know what's up, what's coming, baby. Fantasy football is here.
We got to send out our invites to get our league going. I'm gonna start that now.
Here. Yeah. It is all fantasy football is already here.
We finna get our tribe together.
Dead ass. So from PFF.com, 2022 fantasy football team previews, analysis for all
Pro
32.
Football Focus.
We doing Pro Football Focus? Oh, that's what it's called.
That's the PFF.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I was just making it smooth. I expected you to keep going. My bad.
And then we got Bleacher Report. Cameron Smith reportedly nearing contract to join Live Golf after British Open. And the third headline is from Yahoo Sports. Charles Barkley says 100% he'll meet with Live Golf about media role.
Okay, you read them twice. I feel like I heard some of them before. Mm-hmm. I'm going with the Pro Football Focus joint.
That's a bit. 2022 fantasy football team previews analysis for all 32 NFL teams. Most of the NFL's offseason is over from a roster turnover perspective. Coaching changes are set. The 2022 NFL draft came and went, and there are just a few meaningful NFL free agents remaining on the open market after most inked new deals in March. There will inevitably
Cam Newton. No, I'm playing. Ain't nobody checking for him. They should be though.
Yeah. There will inevitably be more player transactions throughout the rest of the summer and into the season. But now It's as good a time as ever to focus on the fantasy football aspirations of every roster around the league. This landing page will be updated through the next 8 weeks with fantasy football previews, fantasy football preview pieces breaking down the following for all 32 teams: coaching changes, all-season transactions, quarterback aspirations, running back workload expectations, wide receiver pecking order, tight end, and receiving potential. And you can check out the PFF Football Fantasy Podcast also for additional thoughts on every team from the guy who wrote this joint and Dwayne McFarland. The guy who wrote this is Ian Hartitz. So we
Ian
wanted
Hartitz?
Hartitz, no D, but Hartitz.
Hard tits?
Yes.
Bet.
Hard Titty Ian. That's his new name.
That's what's up.
But 32 teams in the league. You want to hear one? And which one do you want to hear? If you
and
do
it's
want to hear
just from the fantasy football perspective.
Yep.
Give me a couple that got some rookie standout notables. Not team specific. Tell me what some of these big draft picks, whether or not they projected to have big seasons, because them gonna be surprises in the draft. Make sense?
Yeah. Let's see.
If that's too broad, do they have them ranked like top to bottom? Who gonna have the best fantasy?
They have all 30. They have all 32 teams listed by their division, conference.
That's a terrible way to do it.
Yeah.
Let's go through one of the best conferences and one of the worst. How about that to narrow it down?
That's a bet. Let's do.
Let's talk to me about the AFC West and the NFC East, because them best and then worst.
We're going to go to the Kansas City Chiefs first. So free agency in the 2022 NFL draft have come and gone. Now it's time to fully embrace the 2022 all season by breaking down aspirations for fantasy football owners everywhere. What follows is a Kansas City fantasy-focused breakdown, touching on key questions such as, will Patrick Mahomes continue to work as one of the most productive quarterbacks in the NFL has ever seen? Is Clyde Edwards-Helaire finally going to see an incredibly fantasy-friendly target share? Does Travis Kelce have a higher ceiling than ever without Tyreek Hill in the fold? So the notable offseason moves. Andy Reid has re-signed offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy, and defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo. Let's see. Hold on, let me see. Here we go. Additionally, the Chiefs have made plenty roster changes. The following quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends have either joined the Chiefs or left Kansas City in some way, shape, or form. Running back Darrell Williams signed with the Cardinals. So that was a second guy he left. Jerick McKinnon is an unrestricted free agent. He's still in the roster. Jerick McKinnon had a breakout towards the end of the year last year, like week 13, 14. He really broke out and gave them a really good push going into the playoffs. Ronald Jones, formerly with the
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, baby.
Yeah. He signed a 1 year, $1.5 million deal with the Chiefs. Tyreek Hill is now with the Dolphins. Receiver Byron Pringle, who was their fourth leading receiver last year, I believe. He signed with the Bears. DeMarcus Robinson signed with the Raiders. He is now gone. Marcus Kemp is an unrestricted free agent. He was a guy that didn't get a whole lot of love last year. But he's one of those talents. He one of the reasons why you let those other guys go. So I think the Kansas City Chiefs are kind of doing like that. The Pittsburgh Steelers thing was like, we got a whole lot of talent, so we can let some of these guys go because we got some guys that are waiting in the wings and they don't cost nearly as much. But they call it draft cap, where you manage the cap through restocking the auxiliary positions by letting people walk who are, you know what I'm saying? You sign your stars, and so they've restocked the receiver room, and now they're going to restock the defense in the draft so that 3 years from now,
they ain't got to worry about losing D linemen. You see what I'm saying? We call it
Right.
draft cap.
Okay. Little bit of lesson for you aspiring NFL GMs out there. COD hit you with. But they
It's a
did
good kind of
sign-
capping. Draft capping.
draft cap. They did sign a couple of good receivers. They picked up Juju Smith-Schuster, 1 year, $3.5 million deal.
That nigga talked himself right out of a bag. If AB never leave, he'd have got a much bigger check. He should have supported AB, bro. Because if he never leave Pittsburgh, he get a much bigger check.
Yeah.
Good
then-
God. He done fell from 15 to 3. He on to prove it. Still, he ain't proved nothing. That was a chess move. He said, I ain't gonna get a big bag playing with Ben. I gotta go get me a bag. He not signing with the Chiefs next year.
Nah,
I promise you that.
He gonna go out there and he gonna shine his ass off. He gonna try to go. He gonna be like, hey, bro, throw me the rock. Throw me anything that don't go to Travis Kelce, throw it to me, man. Please.
But that's his problem. He not taking the top off, so them underneaths ain't gonna be opened up. He gonna be the decoy to make sure Travis can't be doubled.
Well, I'll give you the other receiver that they signed. They signed MVS, Marcus Valdez Scantling from Green Bay. He gonna take the top off. So Juju will be able to be that number 2 and work underneath. Travis Kelce will probably work over the top more so than Juju will. The thing about Juju though is he win a lot of 50-50 balls, man. That's the thing that he's really good at. And
you gonna figure out very quickly if Tyreek was wide ass open because he fast as fuck or Andy Reid schemed it up.
Yeah.
It's a combination of the two, I'm sure, but the gap is going to be revealed by what go on in Miami and what go on in Kansas City.
Yeah, Miami made a chess move, but we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Dumbest thing my Eagles ever did was lose Andy Reid.
Sorry for your loss, man.
They had the same, bruh. I'ma just you got
it. We'll take it to a team in the. Actually, we'll stay here, man. We'll go to the Denver Broncos because we got a young lady that's been out here doing her thing, bruh. And I've been here for it. The quarterback for the Denver Broncos, his wife, Sierra, has had a great summer. And she has blessed the internet with a lot of content. And so we'll talk about a few of the moves that they made over the summer. They got a new head coach. They went from Fangio, forget his first name, to Nathaniel Hackett. He spent the last 3 years in Green Bay as the OC to Matt LaFleur's Packer offense led by Aaron Rodgers. So he is now the head coach in Denver and working with Russell Wilson, but I'll get back to that. So they got a new offensive coordinator, Justin Uten. He was the Packers tight end coach. So those guys came over together. Defensive coordinator, Ejiro Evero, spent some time with the Bucks, 49ers, Packers, and Rams since 2007. So they're going to have a new look. They're going to be the new look Denver Broncos. They did have Teddy Bridgewater, which I think he may still be there. Yeah, I think Teddy Bridgewater is now the backup, which makes a lot of sense to Russell Wilson there. Drew Lock was their quarterback. We're not even going to talk about him because he's not even worth it. But the Broncos sent Noah. I don't like the fact that the Broncos sent Noah Fan away, but I get it to get Russell Wilson to lose a young tight end. I get it.
And just remember, they complained about having to pay that man when Cleveland paid Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. And he been a consummate professional, bro. Like that's one thing from since day one, Russell been that. He been a consummate professional.
Went through a divorce and there was no slander that could come out. So he was consummate professional behind closed doors. Yeah, y'all ain't hear shit.
Yeah.
Went through a whole divorce and then remarried a black woman. White woman ain't say nothing. So if there was venom, it'd have came out.
Yeah. He probably came home and was like, "Hey, I met Seared at a dinner. I ain't coming home. I ain't coming home.
That's funny.
Tell your mama I ain't coming home. Let's go look at your weak ass Eagles, man, over here in the NFC East. Take a look at what they did. Take a look at what they did this offseason. Some of the big questions surrounding your Eagles are we underrating Jalen Hurts' overall fantasy QB1 potential? Question number 2, should fantasy investors buy into Miles Sanders at his affordable cost? And will both A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith ball out in 2022? I forgot y'all made a lot of roster upgrades. Let's get into a few of those all-season moves for the Eagles. Jordan Howard, running back. He was a part of the two-headed monster along with Miles Sanders last year. He is still an unrestricted free agent. They signed the Tennessee Titans standout A.J. Brown. How did you feel about that move, bro?
You know how I feel about him from last year. I don't think he better than my boys that was in the Natty, but he was up there, you feel me? So if he have a healthy season, which a lot of people underestimate, it's a lot tougher to play in cold weathers, but it's a lot easier to stay healthy. And I don't think people understand the nature of how much easier it is to get hurt in hot weather. So I think he's gonna be healthier than he has been. They're gonna get at least a season and a half out of old boy. So I'd put them at least number 2, maybe in a wild card spot. But I think this is a bounce back year for Tallahassee.
Yeah. Okay. I honestly, bro. And another signing that they had at the receiver position is Zach Pascal. He came over from Indianapolis. Boy can play, man. So with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Zach Pascal being your top 3 receivers, I think, going into the season, and Jordan Howard and Miles Sanders, like I think Ertz is still y'all's tight end, and y'all think y'all got an up and coming tight end as well.
Like
I like that offense.
Smith with a Peyton Manning would already be being talked about in the spirit of Harvin Marison. You feel what I'm saying? Like, He got that in him. He need a nigga who could throw to a spot and know he gonna be there. And he gonna be a bad motherfucker. So we'll see, cause Jalen could put it anywhere on the field. It's the consistency that's gonna separate whether or not he get a chance to build and grow. So hopefully he's taking a step in consistency, and the rest gonna sort itself out. Cause that young man built for harsh criticism, heavy goddamn pressure, a backup being brought in to take his spot. That nigga gonna play his game. You feel me? So hopefully it's taking a leap, because I like Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. I like him a whole lot. I know a lot of folks who didn't believe in him. I really believe in him. I don't know. Like, I get it. Like, I don't get it. He was a Heisman Trophy winner, I think, or a Heisman Trophy finalist at Alabama.
He lost his job having lost one game in his career.
He lost. Yeah, he lost in the Natty. He won one Natty, came back, got to the Natty the next year, lost in the Natty on the final throw. So he wasn't on the. He didn't make a mistake. It was the defense that, like, he didn't get another opportunity to go win that game. And then he went up to Oklahoma the following year and got them into the playoff. So, and he was a Heisman Trophy finalist that season, man. So with that, and he was one of those guys who also he's very Russell Wilson-esque in his ability to maintain a level head when things are going on, because there was controversy at quarterback, but you never heard a word from him coming out of Alabama. He transferred. He just went to his new team.
Jeff, for the record, he didn't lose that national championship. The other team got on their head, and they didn't believe that he could do what they needed to do to bring him back. And they took this man out at halftime.
At halftime, that's what it was.
That was a tour. Game he lost was a different game, and that game that he lost is what made them lose faith that they could lose again and still get there. So they bopped him. You know what I'm saying? It was in the SEC championship, and they kept to it going into the Natty.
Yeah.
Or was that the national? Because that had already beat Georgia.
Yeah,
it was the Natty. Yeah. So he won 2 Natties, and started both games, but he got pulled in the natty.
Yeah.
He ain't lost. Never lost. He ain't lost the natty.
Yeah, he has not lost the natty. I appreciate that correction.
And say what you want about that man being pulled, but still, for 3 weeks of camp, who knows how many weeks of off-season preparation and summer shit, and all goddamn 13 weeks of that season, he led that motherfucking offensive room and prepared those men for battle, including that national championship game. And when they walked in confident they could get it done, it was the preparation he, as their general, had prepared them for. So don't cheat that man on his credit for the national championship where he got pulled. Because the same way he prepared those men, that other 10, he prepared his backup quarterback for that moment and didn't slouch on his role as QB1. And he proved that from how he carried himself as QB2.
Yeah. And that was the game where Tua threw the seam down the sideline to Devontae Smith when he was a freshman and won the natty. Yeah.
It was his junior year.
Mm-hmm.
After he waited his freshman year, played his sophomore year, won, got benched his junior year, sat his senior year, and then transferred to play a graduation season so that he could get into the NFL and played. And like, bruh, I'm proud of that young man, G.
Yeah,
he couldn't be stopped.
He won't be stopped. I think he's gonna have a hell of a. If Philadelphia don't see the vision, I know somebody else is gonna. He gonna be better.
His QB2 respond to the same conditions in Miami this year. Tua in the position that he put Hurts in. And it's quiet as kept because it's class down there at Alabama. But the reason he got pulled is because Tua was getting ready to transfer if he had to sit another season. So he wasn't going to get his junior season no way. It was going to be pressure from all sides. You feel me?
Yeah.
And even though the top flight receivers began with not Amari, but with Julio, then come Amari, then you get Ruggs, then you get Judy. Yeah, so you got all these cats come through after the boy Julio. And Julio! And Hurts was a huge step up at quarterback, but Tua was the beginning of top flight QBs. And Saban saw where the game was going and stopped fighting it. But I feel like he could have kept winning with running backs.
Oh, he most definitely. Most definitely.
But shit, man, go to the other big boys in the NFC East, man. How you feel about the Cowboys, man? Because it bothered me that Kellen Moore took over and they started blaming Zeke for not producing. They ain't had a run-centric offense since they fired Jason Garrett. You know what I'm saying?
And that's one of the questions here is Ezekiel Elliott washed, or was he just playing hurt last season? Ezekiel Elliott is the Cowboys don't have any level of success without Ezekiel. Now, I will say this. His backup is also cold. Like Tony Pollard is cold. But I feel like you get that level of Tony Pollard is because Zeke is a mule, man. And he wear
the thing about the Cowboys is their talent evaluators are top notch. They do not draft well because they do not draft to priority. They draft to talent. Yeah. They take the best football player on the board when it's their turn. So they don't have bad football players on their team.
Yeah.
Rarely.
Yeah, man. They the owner of that team, which Shawty hit me with this yesterday. She was like, are owners of teams just like glorified sponsors? I was like, yes, that's exactly, like a lot of times that's exactly what they are. Like they are fans of the game and they have a lot of money, so they buy a team. Now, Jerry Jones at one point knew what he was doing, but he did not enjoy the fact that the coaches who he was hiring were top notch and they were getting all that shine. So he hired lesser coaches. He had Bill Parcells and then he had Jimmy Johnson, I think, and then Bill Parcells. I forget which pecking order they came in. I think it was Jimmy Johnson.
It was a
and then
nigga
Bill
in
Parcells.
between. The nigga that won them other Super Bowls was Zerkowski or some bullshit like that. It was old sucker duck. He started hiring puppets, people he could control.
Yeah.
He wanted the credit.
Like Jason Garrett, right? He wanted to be the guy who got the credit for being the mastermind of the Cowboys, and I think that's why. But what he did back in the '90s, he did such a good job of that shit. He's built a marketing machine, which is the Cowboys, which I'm very angry. Like,
but we're not gonna sit here and act like Jimmy didn't go to the Dolphins, stink, and then leave midway through the season so that he wouldn't lose his mystique. He wouldn't have been as successful without Jerry either.
He wouldn't have been as successful without the players. He didn't have the players he had. He didn't have Marino, did he?
Nah, they did that stupid shit where they forced Marino out to get
yeah, that's what I thought.
Culpepper or some shit.
I forgot who they had down there in Miami for a while.
I'm pretty sure they had the choice between Drew Brees. Oh no, that was the Saban year. Saban had the choice between Drew Brees or Culpepper, and he chose Culpepper, and that's why he back coaching college.
Better move for him though, because Saban need motherfuckers he can beat up.
Imagine if he could have went toe to toe with Belichick as a Belichick disciple. Miami would have been good with motherfucking Nick Saban and Drew Brees during the accurate I'm beating a machine era. You can't give Peyton credit for his throwing accuracy. You can give him credit for the schemes he drew up. But had you given Saban that little tool, think about the Ronnie fucking think about the running backs and shit they had through the scat pack motherfucking offense era. You get them Drew Brees and them running backs, shit.
You get them Drew Brees and Ricky Williams. They'd have been
Ricky Williams and Ronnie Brown. You remember that year?
Yeah.
Boy, shit.
Yeah.
Boy, shit.
Them boys would have been hell. Speaking of the Cowboys, though, Amari Cooper got traded to the Browns in exchange for a 5th round pick.
What? When?
That happened earlier this summer, or late in the spring.
Damn, if OBJ went back, cause OBJ was thinking about going back. Coop, OBJ, and Deshaun Watson. Ooh. Damn.
Yeah, they got Cedric Wilson stayed. So apparently
they keep
Cedric
Jarvis. We on the Cowboys. Don't worry about it.
We on the Cowboys. Blake Jarwin is the tight end. He's still there. James Washington came over from Pittsburgh, signed a 1-year, $1.2 million contract. He was the number 3 receiver out there in Pittsburgh. Malik Turner, I don't know who that is. He signed a
man. Fuck these niggas, dog. What's your that's a bet, cuz?
My that's a bet, man, is
I hate to be that ham-fisted, but yeah, fuck the Cowboys, man. That ain't enough. That was a terribly written article for the fantasy motherfucking update.
It was cheeks. I didn't read it.
You
before.
suck, pro football folks. I chose it.
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna talk about my bad choice, I'm gonna clown them too, cause they suck.
That was cheeks. Yeah, they did. That's terrible football analysis.
We did good stuff around it though.
Yeah. we did the best we could, community, with the cheek shit that they gave us.
That bullshit.
But I wanted to hit you with a little update, man. I done finally talked to big homie Rambone and hitting this golf course, man. Then convincing that it's the move instead of all this hooping he trying to do. So we need to put a bet on, can I coach Big Cuz? Like, how long will it take Cuz to blank? Like, what can we wager? And I wanted to lead this up to like a conversation between you and
golf a whole round par. That what you mean?
I'm saying we can choose it. I golf a whole round par will be very difficult. I'm saying blank. How long will it take Bone to blank in golf? Like, what can we choose to fill in that blank? That will be a good barometer of my ability to coach, because you know how that he cheats.
You want to make it twofold?
All right, yeah.
Par and birdie.
Okay.
How long will it take them to par on a hole? How long will it take them to birdie? Because that could be a luck factor. You feel me?
Yeah.
Too much pressure? Because that way he ain't got to golf a whole round amazing.
Right. I feel like you got 18 holes that's I feel like that's good because it's not easy to do that shit.
Yeah, because you got to get his drive together. You got to get his mid range together. You got to get his putting together. There's 3 phases that can fuck that up on every hole.
And then you got to put 4 shots consecutively together to get that motherfucker in there. So
yeah,
I feel okay. Let's see how long this thing take. We gonna.
I chose the wager. You choose the time on both, and then we'll see where we go.
Ooh,
how long you think it'll take them to get the par on the hole?
We probably won't play a whole round for about 2 months. I'm gonna say we'll say what's 2.5 months in days. That's like 75 days.
Yeah.
So 75 days from, we'll say, the next show drop, which is a Wednesday. So 75 days from Wednesday, which is the 20th.
Why you being a dick? Why don't you just do months? Nigga, the 20th, August 24th is a Wednesday. 2 whole months would be September. So by the 12th of October, it would be 3. I mean, it would be 2.5.
Okay.
So you got to get them to par by October?
Okay.
And where do you got to get them to birdie by?
Ooh.
New Year's?
Yeah, we'll say New Year's.
All right. You can choose whatever you want to for par, but we got to negotiate on the birdie.
We'll say New Year's.
No, I'm saying as far as what the wager is, you can pick whatever you want to for par because he's not getting it. But birdie, he could get lucky by New Year's if y'all play often enough and he find out I'm betting against him. You gonna tell him so he got the motivation to screw me?
Absolutely.
You're a dick. So what we betting?
I
got an idea.
Okay.
If I win, y'all niggas treat me to a trip to Muldoon's and make sure I got stogies as well. You feel me? Flip it. Same shit.
Okay. That's a bit.
I know it's 2 of y'all, so I feel like y'all will be reasonable. But I feel like he birdie. I mean, he par. Then that's you. He birdie. Then that's both of y'all. You see what I'm saying? What you think?
Okay.
And then if you flip it, if the nigga don't make par, then I just win, and y'all nigga get your dog. You feel me?
That's a bit.
I feel like we need a different bet for birdie though.
I got an option.
What's up?
If for birdie, if I win or you win, the loser buys the winner the hat that we talked about and got to get it embroidered.
You whack, because I want both of us to have that, nigga. How about the loser pay for a round of golf for the 3 of us?
Okay, that's fine.
For the Muldoon's Day. You feel me? We make it it don't got to be the same day because it's at different times, but we can make it a whole day. I think that's a good day, nigga. Golf, then cigars and drinking. Shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that way it's a good bet that we can shoot stuff for. We can make it a cash day.
Okay then.
Bet. But nah. I like this hat bet though. Let's do that soon. But if I lose, I'm gonna get my hat the same day I get your shit. That's for damn sure. But let's do this hat bet soon, just not for this.
Okay. We can do it for that one.
We need them before October.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, bet. All right. So that's a bet.
That's a bet.
Peace.
Yeah.
Could you do me a favor?
What you need me to do for you, man?
Could you tell me something good?
Yes, we can. And you know how we end the show, man. Every week we come to you. We got to give you some good news, because on the news, I wish they would lead off. Like, we need more good news in the world. Like, we just need more of it. And so I wanted to, in this particular show, with a little bit of story time going into a Tell Me Something Good. And so my dog is, he didn't spend a little bit of time as a Texas resident when he had a little project he had going on where he and some compadres of his threw a whole bunch of Google fiber cable in the ground out here in Texas, man. And
You welcome, UT. Y'all wouldn't have Google fiber if it wasn't for your boy. If y'all remember when them gas mains blew up and shit, they fired all them niggas and we came to the rescue. You're welcome.
Yeah. And while my dog spent some time out there, and I think it was some, like, I don't know if this was like, it was just that time that you spent out there, but we had a couple of trips back in, I know we had at least one trip in Austin, and I don't know if it was like all at the same time, like it kind of run together on me, but at one point we was in Austin together, and it was a send-off for a very good friend of ours, who is over in the UK. Shout out to UK. Much love to you and your family. And we spent an entire day, man. We had like a little backyard party, man. We was smoking with the homies and shit. And my homie, COD, MD, Medico, COD, Decatur Boy Music, and our homegirl, Keish, have this affinity for potatoes. And she had a whole notebook of potato recipes that she shared with my dog, and it was a very cool moment. That happened in Austin, Texas, and then we all went to. I remember. Then we all went to a Crit concert, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Shorty House was the after set for the Crit show.
That's right. Yeah,
it was the last show on the It wasn't Catalactica. Live from the Underground, the first joint.
Yeah, the Live from the Underground tour. The last stop was in Austin, Texas, and I think we got on the documentary. They made a documentary about that tour, and we got on like the documentary. And that happened in Austin, Texas. And then there was another time where I was out in Austin, and I saw another one of my favorite artists, man, and his name is Currency the Hot Spitter. Jet Life. And so that was in Austin, Texas, man. So this is folded into this Tell Me Something Good, is that rep your city and the love that we have for the city of Austin, Texas, man. And the Tell Me Something Good part of Austin, Texas is in building the merch.
Can I add one?
Yeah.
We went to like a A3C out there too. You remember the music festival?
We did go to the music festival out there.
We ain't even had no wristbands. We straight on some savage shit.
No, that was the Currency night. Yeah, that was the Currency night.
That was the Currency night?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Right.
My bad, y'all. It's drugs in Austin. Go ahead.
It was a whole ass, it was like Austin City Limits, ACL. It was ACL.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know why I be making it 3, but it was ACL.
AC3 is that's the Atlanta joint.
Ah, that's why I make it that.
Yeah. We was at ACL, like we didn't have we didn't buy no like big bulk tickets and no shit like that. We just paid, I think, the cover at the door or some shit for this Currency show, man. And it was fire.
I didn't pay. I got the wristband from a nigga that was leaving with a girl.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we jugged that, and we did buy. We needed like 6, and we only had to buy a couple of them.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It was love, and then some people was trying to make a profit. We ate at a cold ass restaurant that day too, because we was trying to look for more bands. We like, let's go see if somebody eating who about to leave.
Yeah,
but the food in Texas crazy.
It's crazy good. I remember about that show also is, in addition to throwing niggas free wrapping papers and shit from Raw, that nigga Currency I remember he finished the show, man, and he like ran off stage and like ran to the front door, because I remember the venue was like, it was like half inside, half outside. So like the stage was covered, and then there was a part of like the dance floor that's not covered, and then there was like some grandstands and they were covered. And so like part of like a quarter of the like building is like outside, like had a retractable roof or some crazy shit like that, and it was super dope. But he finished his set, man, and Buddy ran off the damn stage. And by the time everybody got to the door to leave, he was standing there shaking everybody's hands, appreciate motherfuckers for coming, man. So people remember how you make them feel. I felt special as fuck when one of my favorite people in rap and hip hop also treat you like a fucking human being and appreciate you showing your patronage. And so like now I buy merchandise from Jet Life. Like if he got something new and like I'm buying it, I'm spinning his music. It's more so about, it is about the art that people give you, but it's also about how they make you feel as somebody who consumes their art, man. And so I appreciate Currency, the hospital, and I appreciate Crizzle, and I appreciate Case for being very hospitable people, man, and creating an environment where people feel loved and are loved, man, and in addition to getting an immense amount of value. And so I bring up the city of Austin because they have this organization, and as I'm doing research for the way we are going to do our merch here, and give me some headlines, is we want to be sustainable and the way clothing is done nowadays, man, is very fast, and it is putting a strain on the environment. And so I'm doing the necessary research so the carbon footprint that we have with this show is at least net zero. But we give we put more into the ground than we take out is the ultimate goal. With us being a community, it is an acronym, but we also love nature, we love animals, we love the environment. And so I'm doing the research, and for the people who will be doing like the manufacturing and stuff of the clothing and stuff that we will be selling, and the brand that we're building. And I found this place called Multicultural Refugee, the Committee of Center. I forget which one it is, MRC. But what they do is, if there are refugees that come from Latin America, if there are refugees that are coming from Africa, so they have Somalian refugees, they have refugees from the Middle East. So they have over 200 and I think 30 something refugees who have a skill set coming from their country, where they are seamstresses, where they know about textiles and textile manufacturing, and where they know about community gardens, and they have that green thumb and know how to and have that knowledge of farming. And even the folks who don't have that knowledge, they are around people who do have that knowledge, and they are imparting that knowledge. And so there is the Multicultural Refugee Center that is in Austin, Texas, and they have two things. They have the Open Arm Studio, which is a textile manufacturer offering advanced sewing training and fair wage employment for refugees, asylees, and immigrants. And then they also have a farm there on some acreage where they teach people sustainable farming, man. So shouts out to, and I know that this country has played a heavy part in the colonization of the world. And I know this may seem like a small thing, but it's also a big thing, and it make a big difference for the folks. And because I went and I like to do my research to make sure like this isn't just some shit that folks is doing so they can get a nice little tax write-off, but they give you the impact report, let you know like, how many people they have on staff, how many hours they work, how much money they paying out. And so I did the math on it. I'm like, okay, they come out, I spend some time in the sun for that amount of money. So and they have the studio, Open Arm Studio, is all woman. It's an all woman led, all female studio. And then Yeah, they have the farm as well, man. So shouts out to MRC, Multicultural Refugee Coalition. That's what it is. This is not center, it's the coalition. It's the coalition, man. But yeah, that's just something good, man. People putting back into the earth and give me some headlines working. So one of the things that I want to do is I'm gonna reach out to them and I'm gonna go up to that farm and shit with the drone, and I'm gonna get some footage and shit, like if they get some video footage of their joint, man. So we're gonna be working together, but we also gonna be doing multi-level services for the people in the community, man. Bringing Austin and Houston together, man. Tallahassee, I might come holler at y'all, but you know, y'all got them Cowboys up there. Too much like that shit.
Yeah. But yeah, except for that last part, whether it's a little bit of love or a little bit of business, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of patronage, we here give me some headlines. Believe that it is always better to give than it is to receive.
Yeah.